Hello everyone, Miguel here with a new video, and today I want to be talking about working smarter instead of working harder. And this is what I think is a very important step when it comes to trying to become successful in whatever it is that you want to do. So the reason why I say working harder is because by working harder, you use more energy and it might not be as efficient as it could be if you work smarter. And the way that I say you work smarter is you start early, you take more time, you can take more breaks, you don't use as much energy at a given time, and then you don't get fatigued as easily. And when that happens, that makes you more likely to be more and more motivated and determined to make it better and better and better. This is something that I apply to my everyday life, and even whenever I do school assignments or whenever somebody asks me to do a really big task. So that way you can spend less time on your assignment or on the project that needs to be finished, and then you can have a much higher quality piece of work when you're finished. And in my opinion, that's one of the best things about it. So the first thing that I do is I brainstorm new ideas and I think of ways that I can do things. The hardest thing about starting a new task or a new project is that blank page, like when you have just a blank page and you don't have anything to work with yet. So what I start doing is to help me better work with this is I look at the page and I think about ideas before, and then I start adding them to the page, like just random things. It's like those brainstorming activities that you do when you're younger in elementary school. So you brainstorm and you think of all these new ways that you can do this assignment or this project. So there's this way, and then you write everything down, and you write like pros and cons or your arguments, your top arguments or your top explanations for why certain things are. And then when you do that, you get to see which ones are best. And when you see which ones are best, then you can choose which one, and then you already have a starting point. So you just keep adding on it, adding more explanations, adding more examples and things like that to help your project or your assignment much better. So this is something that can be used by anybody. You don't have to be a student, you don't have to be like in elementary school. Like this can work for everybody, even like in the professional field. So like if you work for a business or something like that, and then you have to work on these reports and like quarterly reports and things like that, this will help you as well, because it'll make it a lot easier and more efficient for you to complete the task at hand. And you can even do it for not even just like paperwork, you can do it for anything. Now that you finish brainstorming and getting those ideas, now the real work begins. So you begin to look at like all your notes or all the information that you've gathered prior to this. Once you've chosen what it is, you try to fit things into that, and then you just keep adding. You just keep writing. And that way, once you continue to work away at it, you'll notice your requirements begin to get closer and closer. So once you check all the blanks for all the requirements and things that need to be done for that project, you simply just read over it each time. So you take breaks. That's another important part. So you take breaks. So you work away at it, and then you come back to it later on. And then by coming back to it later on, you get a sense of fresh eyes of which to look at it. And once that happens, then you will begin to make it better and better and better and better each time. Because I know a lot of people like to procrastinate, and so like it becomes really hard for you to make something of high quality if you're procrastinating, because you're going to miss things. Think about every single time you've ever procrastinated for something. What happens? You're literally just like trying to fit everything in and like trying to finish it. The quality doesn't matter as much because you're just trying to finish it before the deadline. But this way, by starting earlier and doing things like that, you begin to work away at it, and then it becomes higher quality, and then by the time you keep checking it, by the time you do your final read through, you're gonna just be polishing it up so it's even better and it's even higher quality. And then for that's how you become successful. You need high quality work, and that's why I think that this is very important, because it's literally just a matter of time management. Everything in life comes down to time management. If you think about everyone who's successful, like Elon Musk, it's all about organizing your time into what's most efficient. So do this, and things like that. So Elon Musk actually time blocks his time, so actually schedules every single minute of his day. You don't necessarily have to do that, but it just shows how important time management is for people who are successful. You have to have like some kind of routine or some kind of way of doing things in order to create a much higher quality work. And this is something that I did right before grade 12, because prior to grade 12, my marks were not necessarily the best, but then when it came to grade 12, I started applying all these different things. Then I ended up getting a scholarship to university. So this is just something that I can vouch for because I've done it. And I think that if you apply it in any way, you will notice the quality of your work, and your grades or your managers or employers' opinions of you will greatly increase, which can lead to promotions, can lead to all kinds of different things. And that's why I say to work smarter, so you take breaks, you don't spend as much time just like attacking it, and then it doesn't feel as cumbersome as if you were just doing it in one shot. And so you're using less energy, and it's more efficient, and it feels a lot better for you than to do those things. And so that's why I say don't necessarily work hard, but work smart. So everyone smash that like button, subscribe if you really like the content on this channel, and I'll see you soon. Thank you guys. Stay positive, everyone.